Hello, this is Valerie Aiello, and you're listening to IdeaDiary. Thanks for coming back to my office and hanging out. So I was thinking the other day about the Donald Miller book that I had read, the Story Brand book. And the one thing that I realized that I didn't mention in my video was that he did not talk about social media through the entire book. Now, that book was not like a book just recently published in 2019. I think it was maybe 2017 or something. I can double check on that publishing date. So the publishing date says October 10th, 2017 edition. So I don't know if that means there was one before that or if this was the first book. But my point is that this wasn't a totally brand new book. And the fact that he left out social media entirely is a big kind of red flag, in a good way, red flag. Because kind of what I'm feeling is that if you're a social media manager, which was a hot job to get about 2007-ish time frame, it wasn't really a job yet, but it was definitely clear that it was going to be like a full-time position, possibly a high-paying job, being a social media manager for a company. And I think 2020 might be the end of that position being a high-paying job. I think we're going back to basics, and just the idea that I realized that Donald Miller did not talk about social media in his super professional branding marketing book is definitely a hint that I feel like not exactly that social media is a flash in the pan. I feel like it was exciting. It was what it was. We all kind of took the bait of the dangling carrot of, hey, this is a free place to market your stuff. But ultimately, it's not going to be the end all be all of how to market something. I think we're going to go back to the basics. So just my message of the day is, if you are a social media manager, you might want to get a hold of some new skills, because I think we're just in a different, something new is happening. So one of the new jobs that I've seen people talk about is the customer success manager. So that person takes a customer from beginning to end, making sure that they get everything they need in their purchasing experience was amazing. Their product experience is amazing, and working with the company is amazing, and all that stuff. Another job is that execution manager, execution executive, where you're very high up in the company and you have meetings with all the other departments every day. And that's kind of what Donald Miller talked about in his interview with Patrick Bet-David, which was he invested in that type of person to be ahead of his company. I don't know the hierarchy of his company and what's what exactly, but I think, if you have a CEO, you can also have this person that manages everything, making sure every department has goals and is meeting them, and everyone's happy, and there's nothing holding anyone back from actually doing a great job. But the other jobs that I feel like might be a good shift from being a social media manager, if you want to keep getting higher and higher, it's not that I don't think a social media manager will exist. I don't see it being the highest paying job anymore. I think it's going to be more of an entry level job, and then maybe move up into like a management position to where you're kind of managing things and making sure things are happening. But it's going to be people that are working on social media. It's going to be more of an entry level job. Maybe not minimum wage entry level, but definitely I don't think it's not hard to do. And I think people are figuring that out. And importance level that it's bringing is maybe minimal. It's not non-existent, but it's just changing. Things are changing. Some of the jobs that I feel like are going to be valuable to every company, now that social media is kind of dead in a way, at least marketing on social media, it's going to be, if you're a publicity professional, I feel like learning how to run your publicity campaign, that's going to be huge in-house. Not that a lot of companies can pay their professional high dollar publicity people that definitely are probably worth the money, but are they going to be able to pay that long term? I'm not so sure. So I feel like a shift from being social media manager to learning how to run a publicity campaign that's where a good shift could happen. And, a publicity professional does a lot, and a lot of it's about relationships and presenting things in a professional way. And, there's a whole process of learning how to do that. But I do think that it's definitely a high paying job, potentially in-house for a company. The other thing is a marketing manager. So shifting from, which social media manager might have been in the marketing department. So shifting into marketing and advertising in kind of an old school way, just learning, you might know everything about social media management and social media as it has been. But now when so many people are just not finding much value in it and they're not using it anymore and they're not publishing for free on all these social media sites, when they can make their own kind of monetize their social media, I think just things are going to shift in a way that it's just everything that is gone. And everything, I think after the election, there's going to be a huge shift in the value that social media brings people in their daily lives. And I see a lot of people not logging in anymore. It's just a future prediction of mine, but I think it's time to take it seriously that it's not really a job anymore. Not as important as it was, but going back to the old school of people would find out about your brand through publicity and marketing and advertising. There's also the direct marketing thing to where I feel like that's kind of an important job that maybe shifting from the social media department into the keeping up with good marketing campaigns and being valuable to the current customer and figuring out how to keep that communication going with email or with text. That direct contact, I feel like that's where it's going to go. If I like a shoe brand and there's a sale, I might want that email or I might want that text. That shoe is 50% off right now, and I've been thinking about it for months, so I might buy that. So that direct connection. And then going into what I feel like is really big and probably really new to a lot of companies. I think each company has to be their own micro media company. So almost having a sub company within your main company with whatever you do. So your media company would have a podcast, which I think daily, if you're not good at podcasting, you've got to go every day to get practicing in, like I'm doing. And having that TV video experience, that can mean a million different things. So I don't really know, but kind of using YouTube, as long as YouTube's the most valuable place, which I feel like that's where the audience is right now, but using YouTube, kind of creating your own videos and own TV show, like on a consistent basis, and blogs. So creating valuable content to read in a search engine way, finding new customers by being searchable and shareable and all that jazz. So I don't really know what to call that yet, but I'm kind of thinking of it as each company has a micro media company within the company. And if you do it really well, that could be a revenue stream and not just a cost to the company. So where in the old days, everything you put on television, you had to pay for. Now, I feel like if you make a show based on your company, so great content, something great that somebody wants to check out on a consistent basis, there's money in that. So it actually could be a revenue stream and not just an advertising suck out of your company. So that's pretty exciting, especially if you're the type of employee that you want to prove that you can bring money to the company all the time and consistently. I think that revenue stream of a podcast, a blog, and YouTube, getting YouTube ads revenue of some kind all the millions of ways that you can make money from videos. That's a pretty exciting, that's a really cool shift from social media manager to just double downing on being valuable and creating a show and creating a magazine and creating something. I think that's pretty big. I don't know. It was just something I was thinking about today, that I do feel like there's a big shift, and that social media manager job is just not really going to be there anymore, or it's going to shift and mold or mesh or transform into something else. So I feel like one really good transition is the micro media company position within a company, learning publicity in a super professional way. That's a good position. Direct marketing position, where you're sort of that customer success manager, and you're kind of building that relationship in a direct marketing kind of position. And, marketing and advertising professional in general. All those are kind of old school jobs that I feel like are going to come back big. They're going to figure out how exactly they'll be valuable using the internet and different things like TikTok and podcasting and all the things. But I don't know. I just felt like maybe somebody needed to hear this message. It just came across my mind, so I wanted to share with you guys. And again, 2020 feels exciting. Things are happening. We just have to get on the other side of all the unknowns. And just, for me, I'm just cocooning and trying to build a lot of different things. Hopefully 2021 is going to be just everyone's, I don't know about dream come true, but something good is definitely brewing. And hopefully you can be prepared to take whatever's inside you to the next level. That's my whole point. And that's the show. I still don't know how to end the show, so I'm just going to play the music.